everybody, today I'm going to be bringing you a review of the Icon eyeshadow palettes. This was a random purchase. I found these in a random drugstore and they were $10 each, and I was a bit intrigued by how familiar they looked to the Naked palettes. So I had to pick them up, and I figured since I picked them up, I might as well review them with you guys. So I saved the packaging because on the actual package itself, it doesn't give you much information. It doesn't tell you which one it is, nada. So I did pick up, they're by Absolute New York, which is a brand I've heard of before, so I wasn't so skeptical since I have heard of that brand. And I picked up Noir Garden Color Eyeshadow Palette. You can see all the colors down here. And then I also picked up the Twilight Color Eyeshadow Palette. Now there were 3 of them, and the third one looked so close to the Naked palette that I was like, I better not pick this up because no, I already have the Naked palette now. But I picked these up just because I liked the colors in them. So this one came without a mirror, because if you're shopping for makeup in the drugstore and it looks suspiciously like Urban Decay, why wouldn't it have a mirror missing? Seems about right. Wasn't the best neighborhood either, just to put that out there. You know, not a good neighborhood. A knockoff looking item. Of course it's missing a mirror. Of course. The good news is the other one has its mirror intact. So that aside, not totally upset. Now the shadows themselves are super gorgeous. Love the shadows. And the shadows in here are super pretty. I'm not sure how they got away with getting packaging that looks nearly identical to the Naked palette. If you're wondering exactly how close, look. Very, very similar packaging, super similar layout. Yeah. So pretty much a blatant ripoff. I'm not sure how they got away with it, but I couldn't bring myself to buy it. But if you are short on cash and you want something that looks like the Naked palette, they do have this option. Like I said, it's $10, which is a lot cheaper than the $54 price tag that the Naked palette has. Always be cautious when buying products that look like knockoffs, because you could be in trouble with the quality. Thankfully, like I said, this is a familiar brand to me. Otherwise, I would have never picked it up. Always err on the side of caution. When something's going on my eye and has the chance to get in my eye, I don't want my eye infected. So I'm going to swatch this up for you, starting with the first shade. By the way, the shades have cute names. We have Kunzaiti, I don't know what that means, Bubbly Quartz Latte Jaded Spruce, Castaway Peacock Indigo Figgy, Aubergine, and Smoked. So interesting sounding names. So I'm gonna swatch up as many fingers as I have, which is I'm gonna do 4 swatches for you guys. So these are the first 4 swatches. Pretty metallic shades, decent quality, I must say. Very decent quality for these first 4 shades right here. Very pretty. By the way, this one is the Noir Garden. So now the next 4 shades are Jaded, Spruce, Castaway, and Peacock. And I love these shades. So pretty. You know what else these remind me of? These remind me of the foil palette from BH Cosmetics. Very, very similar to the row of colors that BH palette had. If you just saw my review on that, you will probably be agreeing with me. And if you haven't seen my review on that, I do suggest you go check it out. You'll see a lot of similarities. So the last 4 shades are Indigo, Figgy, Aubergine, I'm probably saying that wrong, don't hate on me for that, and Smoke. Again, very, very pretty shades. For $10, I don't think that this was a miss. I have worn this on my eyes and I didn't have any problems with it. I did like the fact that it lasted a good solid about 4 or 5 hours before I saw fading. Over primer, I got about 7 hours, which is still pretty decent for a product that you find in a random drugstore that is mimicking the design of another product. Very decent, like I said. High quality, pigmented, pretty good. Now the next one is the Twilight Palette, which I assume is supposed to be like a smoky palette. And the first one is, I'm going to swatch up Diamond. The names of this palette are Diamond Dawn, Fairy, Salmon, Clay, Orchard, Plum, Boysenberry, Port, Periwinkle, Sapphire, and Caviar. So really nice themes. So I'm gonna swatch up Diamond, Dawn, Fairy, and Salmon. So we have our highlight shades right here. Again, reminds me so much of the foil palette from BH Cosmetics. They're very pretty, very metallic. As you can see on my hand, they were a little bit crumbly, so use a light hand with these. Don't dig too deep in them, and maybe use a denser brush to pick it up. If you want to paint it on, use it moist. Applies well. Really retains that metallic sheen. It also lasts a little longer if you apply it moist. So the next four are Clay, Orchard, Plum, and Boysenberry. So some nice pretty pinky purple shades. Very nice. This is like a perfect eye look right here. All these shades. Done. And the last four shades are Port, Periwinkle, Sapphire, and Caviar. And again, another full look, and this time with your blues. And again, high quality. Very decent. And I like that these blend well. I wasn't sure that they would blend well just because of the price tag, honestly. I thought, oh no, these are just gonna sit, they're not gonna move, they're gonna be just ugh. But actually there was a tester, and when I was testing them out in the store, they blended really well. And then when I got to using them on the eye, and I was able to actually create the same kind of smoky looks I could create with a higher end palette like a Makeup Forever or a MAC, I was like, well, I have to pick this up. It's 10 bucks. So if you'd like to pick it up, is the Icon eyeshadow palettes from Absolute New York. And I showed you guys the Twilight Palette and the Noir Garden. Question, would you guys, if you happened into a random drugstore in a not so good neighborhood, would you pick up a knockoff looking eyeshadow? Yes or no? And if you tested it out and it was good quality, would you go for it if it was a brand that you've tried before? That's my question of the day. Leave me some comments below. And have you tried these? Have you found them? Have you given them a try? And if you have, let me know what your experiences with them are. And I love reading you guys' comments. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching. And please be sure to follow me on Instagram. I'm Recycled Stardust.